Do you want to eat a really good steak, but you don't want to spring for the organic, pasture-raised, fescue-fed, Far East bred, filter air breathing, Kobe beef daddy's hand-selected artisan small batch single barrel steak? Whew, that was a mouthful. If you don't, but you got $1.25 you can spend, I'm going to show you how to turn that $1.25 into the best steak you've ever had. Stick around. Now I've got to admit, I wasn't too hopeful about a $1.25 steak from the Dollar Tree, but it's a ribeye, so I thought, well, maybe there's some hope. With a few simple techniques and tricks, you can turn this cheap cut of meat into a delicious steakhouse quality, almost steakhouse quality steak. So if you're on a budget or you just like to eat steak every day, if you're doing beef, bacon, butter, eggs, but you've been hesitant to try this, let me show you a few things that I do to make it turn out a whole lot better than what you'd expect from a $1.25 steak. So let me show you what all you need to turn this into a great meal for yourself. We'll get started right now. So this is what you're going to need to put together these steaks. You're going to need your ribeye steak. And of course the Dollar Tree has the best you can get for $1.25. You're going to need some Himalayan pink salt, and they do have the pink salt at Dollar Tree also. If you're going strict Dollar Tree keto, they've got it. They've also got peppercorns because I like the fresh cracked pepper. We're going to stray away from Dollar Tree for just a moment because for the purposes of this video, you're going to have some butter. But if you're strict Dollar Tree keto, you can use this Butcher Boy coconut oil. And the last thing you're going to need is a jacquard. If you don't have one of these, I'll link it down below. This is what you're going to need to tenderize that meat a little bit more. So the first thing I'm going to do is let these sit out and get to room temperature, and then we're going to start. So basically you just want to jacquard this. You don't need to do it really hard because you don't want to compress this meat a whole lot. Just give it a few holes that way and a few this way. And I'll put the link to this down below if you don't have one. Then flip it over and do the other side. And then what we're going to do is just put pink salt on there. And you want to put a lot more than you think you actually need. And the same with the pepper. And make sure you do both sides. Make sure you put a lot of salt on there. We're just going to let these sit for a couple minutes and we're going to take them out to the griddle. So if you like to do keto, but you like to save money at the same time, make sure you subscribe to my channel right down there. And anytime I do a video on how to save some money on keto, you'll know about it. So I'm doing these on the griddle. You can do them on the grill or you can do them on a cast iron on the stove. But I'm getting this thing smoking hot because we need to sear this thing proper. So the first thing you want to do is just throw some butter on the griddle. Or if you're doing that strict Dollar Tree keto, throw the coconut oil on there. Just move it around pretty good like that. Then we'll go ahead and lay the steak down right on top of that. Kind of move that butter all around it. You just want to get a good sear on this, about a minute to a minute and a half, and then we're going to flip it. You do not want to overcook this. So make sure you got a meat thermometer out here with you when you're doing it. So we'll go ahead and flip these over and sear the other side. And you just want to keep checking the temperature on these. As soon as it gets to 135 internal, give it one more flip and then put it right on the plate. So I'm just going to put the butter on top like that. And I'm going to put it in the microwave to rest for about 5 minutes. The microwave is just going to hold the heat in. You don't want to heat it up, but just put it in there to rest. I like to serve this with a little bit of this mashed cauliflower. And you get all that buttery goodness down there. It's going to help add to that flavor. I'm going to top it with a little bit of cheese on the cauliflower, and then just a little bit of this seasoning just around the plate. And since we're doing strict Dollar Tree keto, I will not use my Peter Luger steak sauce, but I will put a link up above in case you want to make it, because it makes it even more delicious in true steakhouse style. Now, one pro tip about eating this steak is avoid all the fat at all costs, because it's like gnawing on a 30-year-old Goodyear on a 1987 Bronco. Trust me on that. The rest of it is not that bad. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit out of the box, but man, when I saw a $1.25 steak, I had to try it. And I hope you do too. And as I'm sure you already know, it's not going to be Ruth's Chris, but I really believe this technique will make it the best that a $1.25 steak could possibly be. Now, if you want a really great side dish to go with it, check out this video on these carnivore mashed potatoes. It's going to make a great addition to your steakhouse dinner. Thank y'all so much for sharing these videos and liking them and leaving me comments. I love to read the comments. So until next time, take care of yourself, eat a good $1.25 steak, and I'll see you on the next video.